Good golly, Miss Molly, here we go again. Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. 589, Bearable Guy's original prediction from 2018. But is it still a possibility? Is it still a reality? Can we get there in a spec market? Is it worth even making this video today considering the market is fairly flat and we haven't seen too much momentum upward over the last little while? I mean, quite frankly, since April of 2021, at least for the XRP chart, we've only seen, downward movement. I mean, we saw Bitcoin see a new all-time high in November. Other altcoins also saw a new all-time high, but XRP has remained fairly flat. Now, I personally do think, there is a case for a $589 XRP token, and we're going to take a look at some charts today. I mean, the chart has, I haven't done a video like this in a while. First of all, I think I'm going to say that. And since the last time I've done a video like this, I feel like the charts, we've seen a lot of different things happen in the crypto space. Charts are down in the dumps, predominantly speaking, for the majority of the cryptocurrency market. And XRP specifically, we've got the SEC lawsuit. That hasn't helped matters. So where do we stand today? XRP is trading at 34 cents as of the time of this recording. And so I'm going to delve into this. I'm going to give you guys not just a case for a $589 XRP, but some other price targets that I think we could reasonably see within the not too distant future. This is all dependent on when we're going to see that market rebound. We've got tons of inflation happening right now, and there are some analysts now predicting that we could see a cryptocurrency market rebound because of this, and it's only going to get worse coming into the end of 2022 and into 2023. So, there are a few things that we should be paying attention to. The general sentiment, though, right now in the crypto market is this. Now, I saw this from a few days ago. Nate O'Brien posted this. Coinbase just shut down their entire affiliate program. This is a major red flag. I fear that a liquidity crisis is on the horizon. So Coinbase was one of those cryptocurrency companies that I think a lot of people, I think a lot of Americans in particular, had a lot of confidence in to trade their cryptocurrencies, whether it was this last bull run or 2 bull runs ago. A lot of Americans specifically were using Coinbase, and I feel like it was kind of one of the biggest. Wasn't it one of the biggest exchanges in the US, at least in the US specifically? I know Binance is one of the biggest exchanges worldwide, and I think FTX may have actually usurped Binance for the crown. However, Coinbase has been pretty big. Just last April, they launched an IPO. Obviously, you need to jump through a lot of hoops in order to be registered with the SEC. And so, they seem like a pretty solvent business. And now we're getting news like this. So Coinbase could be the next big insolvency, experts warn. Business Insider reported that Coinbase is temporarily shutting down its affiliate market program in the US, according to an email sent to 3 creators. The crypto exchange will suspend its program from July 19th, citing the current market conditions and the negative outlook for the crypto industry. All I have to do is really read you guys that to kind of give you guys a sense of where, even companies that we thought were fairly strong are now struggling. And so, to Nate O'Brien's point here, major red flag, I fear that a liquidity crisis is on the horizon. And so, I'm thinking the same kind of thing. There are some other people here that have a bit of a differing opinion. Nate O'Brien says, yes, this could simply be a result of cost-cutting efforts, but they aren't willing to even pay $5 for a new user. Feels strange to completely shut down the program completely. Anders here on Twitter saying, sure, seems market conditions are impacting Coinbase to a large extent. They've also stopped hiring and now stopped their affiliate program. But some are saying that it could do with regulation, and so there's a tweet thread here with a lot of information regarding that. We're already on the ground in the UK, Ireland, and Germany. Additionally, we are in the process of expanding to France, Italy, Spain, and the Netherlands. So some are suggesting it could just be part of their strategy. So they need to kind of halt their affiliate program, and now's as good a time as ever, considering the market is in turmoil. So there's some others pointing to some other reasons here. I will link this in the description for you guys. The point, though, I want to make is that the entire narrative right now is very, very negative. Like Vladimir Putin, he's also saying he's banning digital payments in Russia. So again, negative, even though it's not happening in the United States. The law was approved by the Russian Assembly, known as Duma, on July the 8th. It bans the use of digital securities and utility tokens as a mean of payments for goods, services, and products in Russia. So that is the latest news there. We're also, even just surfing around like Cointelegraph's main page here, we're also seeing news articles like this. How to identify and avoid a crypto pump and dump scheme. So the industry is getting a little more savvy. I don't know if this is because we are now in this downturn and if this is going to continue to try to educate, newbies coming into the market, to try to get them, to help them to try to identify more of these scams. I'm not going to read this for you guys, but I will link it in the description if you are interested. So I'm wondering if this is going to be kind of a new reality for crypto, or if this is just happening now because we are in the depths of a bear market. Everybody's yelling doom and gloom from the rooftops. And so what does that mean, really? Well, that means, guys, we have a great opportunity to buy right now, which of course brings me to the XRP chart here on the daily. So as I said, XRP right now is trading at about 34 cents. And, throughout the bear market and into the beginning of this bull run here, we were, estimating that we were going to see an XRP during an altcoin season. We were, all kind of hoping that we would see this altcoin season, and we were hoping that we would ultimately see an XRP somewhere up here, topping out at the Fibonacci at about, anywhere between $10 to $15, okay? If I'm taking a look at this particular chart, guys, this is the coin market cap chart, again, on the daily. That would bring an XRP price to $15.83, and so, this has kind of been the general consensus. We took a look at a lot of models throughout 2021 and even 2020, taking a look at where we could have seen XRP price go. Unfortunately, I have a feeling the lawsuit didn't get XRP up as high as it could have gone. In another timeline, perhaps, if you guys believe in those, we could have actually seen XRP surpass its former all-time high, getting above $4 per coin. But it did not. Other cryptocurrencies did, but it did not. Now it's back down to about 34 cents. But that's not to say that we could actually see a bigger pop once we get either A, a bull run, B, SEC clarity, or C, even better, a combination of both, that we could see XRP go beyond what our original expectations were. So hang with me here. We got the $10 to $15 prediction, which I think we've all kind of come to the conclusion is at least not happening right this second, but, it's not an outlandish price prediction. And so I think for a lot of us, we are assuming that this was the extent of the bull run. Now we're in a bear market, which is indeed true. And so if you look at this, guys, on the extended time frame, we are actually still going to be making higher lows, though. Hopefully we're not going to go below this level here that we saw back in March of 2020 at about 12 cents per XRP. So then that begs the question, are we to expect that now we're supposed to, start our Fibonacci from here? And, is this the bottom of the market? Are we going to see a lower bottom or what? So I know this is not going to look good. If we are to assume that, let's say this is the bottom of the market and that is the new all-time high, and now we have to draw the Fibonacci from that point from back in April of 2021, that would only bring an XRP price to about $7.27. Not so great, right? And I mean, even if we take this Fibonacci and we extend it, if we assume that we are going to see lower lows, you can see up here, you can see the Fibonacci shifting a little bit. But, even if we were to assume that, maybe there is another dump and maybe we do see XRP hit this level of support that we saw back in late 2020 after the SEC lawsuit was announced, that wouldn't bring the price of XRP any much higher. I mean, it would bring it to about $7.66 compared to $7.26. So, I mean, this is another scenario that we could possibly see. But guys, there is another way to look at this, okay? I think this is kind of the most obvious way to look at this. We do have to remember that in this next upcoming bull run, hopefully, if all things align, which I'm more confident than ever now that things will, because we're so far into the SEC lawsuit that we are going to get crypto clarity, not just for XRP, guys, but for the entire crypto market once this next bull run begins. So if we take that as an assumption, I think we are going to see an XRP price even higher than originally anticipated, even higher than that $15.83 that was our lofty, quote-unquote, lofty prediction, in 2020 and in 2021. I think we could actually see it go even higher than that. And, the reason I say that is because taking a look at this trend here, taking a look at this chart, here, let me get rid of some of that first. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, this whole trend here, guys, is looking very, very similar to what we saw back in here. Okay, very, very similar to what we saw back in here. And even if we were to take a time perspective from the top here all the way to this next top, right, the all-time high up here, that's almost 1,500 days, 1,496 days. And what do we have here? All right, roughly the same. Okay, if we were to just take 1,500 days, that would bring us to about February of 2022. So, I mean, the time is one of the hardest things to predict. But, you know, we're not far off from that estimation, give or take a couple hundred days or so. So now I'm thinking, could this trend be mirroring the trend that we saw from back in late 2013 all the way to 2017? And is this some sort of mega cycle that we're seeing for XRP? Okay, let me also show you guys this here that I've noticed with both cycles, okay? Bringing a Fibonacci up from the top to the bottom here, and I'm going to align this tip over here, guys, with the 1.618. Okay, so I'm actually going to bring it down and align it with the 1.618 right over there. Okay, you guys can see how that lines up with the top, the all-time high, almost lines up with the all-time high over there, but it does line up with this peak here before we saw a significant downturn, and then it rebounded back to the 1.618. Okay, well, let's take a look at the current trend here, and if I draw that trend on there, and I line up this tip here to the 1.618, this tip here to the 1.618, that gets us almost right up here, okay? And that would be an XRP, which is a little bit above the all-time high that we saw back in early 2018. And that would be a price of roughly $5, $4.92, okay? But it's actually pretty close to the all-time high. Even if we take a look at this trend here, this point here didn't actually make it to the 4.236 if we align the 1.618 up with this. So we're actually topping out at 3.618, which if you guys can see here, this is where we're almost topping out for this current trend. So I'm just matching these up and I'm noticing some similarities. Now, let's not forget, this was not the all-time high in this cycle. And the cycle back in 2017 actually went another 5,500% before it reached its all-time high. So, I mean, if we were to just take this into consideration and we saw an uptick of another 5,500%, well, where would that take us in terms of a measured move here? That would actually take us to an XRP worth about $278. Now, again, I'm not saying that this is happening tomorrow. Of course, it took quite a long time for this pattern to play out. However, by acknowledging these similarities and seeing these patterns in the charts, it could be that in this kind of perfect storm scenario, we could see an XRP worth about $278. All right, 278 is fine and all. But what about 589? Are we going to be able to see 589? Is this really something that you can see in the charts, Working Money channel? Well, I'm going to say yeah. Again, we got to take into consideration this is a prolonged structure that was set on the chart back from late 2013 all the way to 2017. So it took a long time for this to play out. And as you guys can see, we're already taking longer than the initial chart pattern did play out. So where do we get 589? Again, assuming that we are in this prolonged structure. And I'm going to line up the 0.236 to this second one over here. It's interesting because when you do the same thing over here, okay, and you line up the 0.236 to that second level, the first level would get us to about $28 per XRP. But if we were to take this and we were to actually see how much more it did actually go up from that top there, that's about 790%. 790%, and that was somewhere in between these two levels here. So let's just estimate that it's in and around here somewhere. 789% or 790% would actually get us up to close to that $238 value. So it would actually get us up to $275. Okay, so that's assuming we take it from that point there. But guys, let's say we take the XRP chart today and we actually line up the 0.236 to the top, guys, to the top of the all-time high right back here. Now, first I want to start off by saying there is a precedent for this. I don't know if you guys remember how well BNB coin performed in the last bull run. If we were to take, now guys, this was the last bull run for BNB coin, okay? This was the rally where it topped out at the end of 2017 and early 2018, and it just kind of blew the Fibonacci out of the water. If I were to have taken this Fibonacci and estimated where BNB coin was going to go at the top, it would have only capped out at around $90, and that was actually where I had my price targets set originally for BNB coin. But if you take a look here and you actually bring the 0.236 up to the top, similar to what I'm going to be showing you now with XRP, you can see that the trend goes even further. And even at the top, it was looking like it was going to top out at $378. It actually went even further it went as high as almost $700 per BNB. So this is an extremely bullish scenario. Now flipping back to the XRP chart, now we know the top of this all-time high is a significant price level for XRP, and we know even if we take the Fibonacci from that top there, and we were to make a full Fibonacci, that would bring us to about a $66 XRP. Okay, well, let's just think out of the box for a second, and now let's bring a Fibonacci down from the top here, guys, right down to the bottom here, and now let's line up the 0.236, okay? You can see the 0.236 lines up with the 1.618, this top here, guys, okay? So it'd be this top here from back in May of 2017, but from that point, we actually saw XRP move up another, what was it, roughly 800% give or take? Actually, if we take it from the actual top of the wick there, it's about 780%. So let's throw a Fibonacci on here. Okay, and let's bring this up to the top here. And even if we were to take that former value, that $66 XRP, that we would have actually seen here at the top. I mean, it could fall within any of these lines, really. But let's just say, you know, for the sake of argument, just for fun, we do see the trend go all the way up to the 4.236. Now, if we take a measured move, 780%, guys, from here, well, where does that bring us? 780%, give or take, 790. That brings us fairly close to where we actually need to be, guys, to hit $589 per XRP. Now, again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I do want to get you guys thinking. I do want you guys to sit back and, you know, think of this not so much as a bull cycle, bear cycle, bull cycle, bear cycle, but think of this as perhaps something even more prolonged. And when we get clarity, once we get some kind of verdict from the SEC case, and once we get clarity from the US government, what that could ultimately mean, not just for altcoins, not just for Bitcoin, but specifically for XRP. So is 589 still a possibility? Tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.